Hi, I'm Jaypal Caleb and you're listening to Daily Newsings. Daily Newsings are musings on the daily news. Today we look at two murders. On Saturday, a 19-year-old man was murdered by four men in Devanahalli near Bangalore. On April 24th, a 17-year-old woman was murdered in Bihar. What's common between the two murders is that they were both killed due to being in relationships with people the family thought was unacceptable. This is what is commonly referred to as honor killings. The motive of the killing is to protect the honor of a family or community. In the first instance, the 19-year-old man was said to be in a relationship with a 21-year-old woman. The woman's family disapproved of their relationship, which had been going on for the past 2 years. The girl's mother's cousin and three others abducted the man and killed him. In the second instance, the story is worse. The woman was killed by her own father. A few weeks earlier, she had eloped with a man who was deemed to be from a much lower community. Within 2 days, the father was able to track her and bring her back with the help of police. Later, an argument between the father and the daughter over the matter escalated, and the father strangled his own daughter. Why do people take such drastic measures to prevent intercaste marriages or interfaith marriages or other such unions they disapprove of? The surface answer is that the family's honor is at stake. The entire family would lose its standing in the community, and the community would lose its standing in society at large. But why would a family's honor be at risk due to the actions of an individual? Part of the reason lies in the Indian religious worldview. Indian thought understands the entire world to operate on the principle of the embedded cosmos. Humans are not viewed as individuals, they are viewed as embedded or a part of the entire community, and the community is embedded to the entire cosmos. In such a framework, the actions of an individual do not just affect him or her. It affects not just the community but the entire cosmos. This worldview views the actions of an individual even affecting the entire cosmos. If a society is not functioning as it should, there may be droughts or floods, events that affect not just an individual who is acting different from the others, but events that affect the entire community and the world at large. In fact, such thinking is not unique to India. Think of the play Macbeth by William Shakespeare. With the murder of King Duncan, strange events happen in nature, such as the darkness covering the sky though it is daytime, and a mighty falcon being hunted down by a mousing owl. If the actions of each member affects the whole community in real tangible ways such as the lack of prosperity and natural disasters, it becomes important to make sure that every member of society conforms to the expected code of behavior. That is the way to ensure that society is safe and prosperous. So, how do societies ensure and promote conformity in members? By using honor as an incentive. Families that maintain the expected social order are given high honor, and conversely, families that do not maintain the expected conduct lose honor or lose face in society. Families may, for example, not agree to marry men or women from a particular family whose member married a member of a lower community. In contrast, Western societies seem to place a higher importance in individual choice as opposed to the community's expected code of behavior. Part of the reason lies in the biblical worldview, especially as brought to focus and applied to all parts of life during the Reformation. The Reformers claimed that one can approach God by themselves, not through the church as a mediator. They claimed that this was the original teaching of the Bible. Over time, this led to the understanding that each man and woman would face God on their own as individuals, and they would be judged for their actions as individuals. This change in thinking took a few centuries to fully permeate all aspects of society. This is why, although Shakespeare wrote in the early part of the Reformation, he still betrays the worldview of an embedded cosmos. This is not to say that in Western societies there wasn't social pressures to conform to the society's standards. There is an intrinsic desire in many humans to desire to be with people who are like them. And in extreme forms, this has led to violence and oppression. By and large, though, the worldview difference in Indian thought penalizes individual choices that go against the expected code of behavior. While we seek justice for the victims of such hate crimes, we must also remember that the gospel of Jesus Christ and the word of God are the ultimate answers to the problems that plague our society. Thank you for listening to Daily Musings.